Those are actually the only polysaccharides that your body can fully digest. Hey guys, welcome to the Vanessa channel. So today I'm going to be telling you guys about macronutrients and the importance of them, and I'm just getting over a flu. So I just want you guys to know that every single thing that I talk about is going to be basically from, don't mind my room because it's kind of messy, but everything that I'm going to be talking about today is actually going to be everything straight from books, because I know that there's a lot of false information out there, and it kind of sucks to have a lot of false information, because then you apply it to yourself and then you don't see the results you want, and you're like, oh well, this is true, so it must work for me. But in reality, it's not true. Like, a lot of Instagram influencers have no idea what they're talking about. They just happen to get fit and then tell you what worked for them, and then they tell you guys what's a fact, and it's not true. So today I'm going to be telling you guys just some nutrition facts straight from a book. This is a textbook. This is a real, I'll show you guys the textbook. So I'm a certified personal trainer. So this is the book from ACE, Essentials of Exercise Science for Fitness Professionals. So this is one of the books that they use to help personal trainers get certified. And I'm going to be discussing macronutrients. So macronutrients are basically nutrients that your body needs as a macro. So macro just means huge amount of nutrients. So macronutrients are, out of the three, protein, fats, and carbs, or carbohydrates. And basically what carbohydrates are they're basically your body's main source of energy. So what this is basically potatoes, pastas, carbs from like broccoli. Those are the best kind of carbs, by the way. Sometimes there's carbs in animal protein, seafood, things like that. And I'm basically just going to explain what that is for 1 second, and then we're going to move on to protein and how carbs benefit you. First off, carbs are basically the way that our body gets our energy. We also need carbs to help build muscle. And building muscle is very important because it increases our BMR. If you don't know what your BMR is, it's basically your body's metabolic rate, and that's how many calories you burn by just laying down doing absolutely nothing. So the more muscle you have, the more likely you will have a higher BMR. And it's also with weight, but that's a whole different story. So carbs are basically made of sugar molecules. Sometimes they have simpler sugar molecules, sometimes they have more complex sugar molecules. So that's why you hear people say simple carbs or complex carbs. Complex carbs are better for you because, not necessarily better for you, but they are a way that can help you have energy longer throughout the day. Simple carbs can be broken down quicker, so you'll get the energy quicker. That's not to say that they're bad for you, but most of the time the foods that you will eat have simple carbs. So an example of a simple carb that's healthy for you is like an apple, but it's also known as kind of the fructose sugar. So anything that's from the fruit that has sugar is like the carb, but also healthy sugar, I would say. Added sugars are where it gets bad, and then you have more like simple carbs with that. So your carbohydrates are basically broken down into glucose. So glucose is where you get the energy from. And one thing that I actually wanted to mention is everyone has different levels of storage for this. And when your body can't take in a certain amount of carbs, it will store it as fat. So that's why a lot of people are scared with eating certain carbs, because they feel like that's going to make them fat. So number one, let me just make this straight. If you're an athlete or you have a type of lifestyle that's extremely active, then your reserves for glucose are going to be a little bit higher than the people who are much sedentary. They're going to be able to have less carbs than you. So if you're active, you can be able to eat carbs, unless you're on like an extreme diet and you're trying to then you should cut back. That will help you. So glycogen is actually the main source of energy that your body looks for, and glycogen can be found with polysaccharides, meat products, some of them, and seafood and starch, so like the plant carbs, which are really good for you. And those are actually the only polysaccharides that your body can fully digest. So I think a lot of people, when they start to eat more plants or they go vegan, then they start to see the difference in their body, because they notice that their body's actually able to break down these foods. And if you're eating junk and your body's not able to break it down, where else is it gonna go? You're either gonna poop it out or you're gonna get fat. So that's why a lot of people say eat healthier and have pastas and breads. Like you really don't even need that to live, to be honest. So before I get into the protein, I just want to say something for anyone who likes to count their carbs. I can't really tell you how many carbs you can take for your own individual needs. So for every single gram of protein, there is 4 calories for every gram of carb. And it's actually the same thing for protein. So now we're gonna get into protein. Protein is essential for your body. All of these are essential. Protein is something that people are obsessed with because they feel like that's what's gonna make you super skinny. But yes, protein is very important because it helps build your muscles. And the more muscle you have, the better you feel, the tighter you feel, like it makes you feel good. Like that's where the muscles come in. That's what helps recover your muscles after going to the gym. That's why you should always have your protein shake after the gym and have it throughout the day so your body's able to recover, especially if you are a bodybuilder and you're constantly working out. Yes, there are different types of athletes and they should probably have different amounts of each of these macronutrients, but I definitely say if you're a bodybuilder, a weightlifter, you need to have protein. And then I would say more of like a track runner, they definitely need protein, but they definitely need carbs too because they're working like crazy running. Have your protein, and you do not need to overwhelm yourself with, a lot of people will say you have to have every gram per pound. So let's say I weigh 140 pounds, I have to have 140 grams of protein. Now, if I'm not used to doing that every single day, I can't just jump into that because my body's not gonna be able to digest that properly. Actually, according to this book, some people need to have 0.8 times their weight, and that's how much protein you should take. And if I'm not used to that, my body might feel a little bit different about that. So probably like don't really need to do that. It's all dependent on your lifestyle though, because I can't tell you what to do because your life is so much different than mine. So yeah, protein is essential. Animal proteins are better proteins than soy and plant protein. And there's a reason for this. Now, not to say that people who don't go vegan actually do, there has been studies that they do perform better athletically. But the reason why they'll say it's better is because they actually have complete proteins. So actually in plant proteins, they're actually missing a certain protein that makes it incomplete. So a lot of the times when you are vegan, so when you have the plant proteins, a lot of people will need to have various types of vegetables to make their protein complete because it's incomplete. So that's why a lot of the times people say that animal protein is better. I can make a whole video on animal versus plant protein, like honestly. But now we're gonna talk about fats. So a lot of people are scared of fats, and there is no scientific proof that a low-fat diet versus a high-fat diet will make you perform any better athletically. Fats are actually 9 calories per gram, so they are definitely the highest calorie foods that you can have. So that's why I think that a lot of people say stay away from them, but they are good for you and they are essential for you. That's why it is a part of the macronutrients. So fats are actually beneficial for vitamin absorption and just the overall functioning of your body. It kind of helps bring everything in together, and it's also a source of energy. So fat is not always terrible. That's why when you get to a certain body fat percentage, it's considered dangerous. But having fat in your body is not a terrible thing because it is from carbs and or certain foods. But fat is definitely essential for your body. Do not neglect yourself from fats because they can be beneficial in many ways. I'm just gonna tell you guys what to watch out for in fats and what are the good fats. Omega-6 is the one that is found in organic foods. That's the fat that's actually gonna be beneficial for you. And then omega-3 is actually the one that's dangerous for you. So that's what's actually lead to stroke and high blood pressure, inflammation in the body. And you just have to be careful with that because there are good fats and there are bad fats. Just like with carbs, there's good ones and bad ones. You just have to make sure you educate yourself on your nutrition and see what's beneficial for you and how it works. And you'll be able to have an awesome diet or like your lifestyle because you don't want to have to constantly go on diets every single day because it's like, you just want to know what you're doing and not have to like starve yourself for this amount of time because right now I'm starving myself because I have mad pasta. It's after the holidays, so like I had to, Saturated fats and then trans fat, because I feel like that's on every single nutrition label. So let me just go ahead and explain that. Saturated fat and trans fat actually help increase, no, notice when I say help, it's not gonna be beneficial. It helps clog your arteries in your body, and that leads to inflammation. So you kind of want to stay away from that. Yeah, so trans fat and saturated fat are both bad for you. If you want to look for healthy fats, then I would say that, like I said, omega-6, I'll basically just define where these foods are found. So the good type of fats are basically nuts. We all know this. I'd stick to almonds, pistachios, salmon, I believe eggs. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. But those are the best ones for you. And then we also have the bad fats. So I think we all know where the bad fats are. And that's kind of like canola oil. That's not good for you. And I'm trying to think of another one. Oh yeah, like red meats. Red meats they're not great for you. I would definitely say like maybe like certain steaks are not good for you. Very low quality meat. The best ones that you should get are called lean meats, like chicken and turkey. Those are pretty much the best ones. In my next video, I'm gonna be talking about micronutrients. So that's pretty much just kind of like vitamins and things like that your body doesn't need in abundance, but you do need it. So I hope this video helped you guys basically understand a little bit of carbs, why you need them, etc., and proteins and fats and bad ones and the good ones and why you need them. So I hope you guys liked the video. Let me know what else you guys want me to talk about, because I'm obsessed with health and wellness. This channel is not just going to be about food and working out. It's kind of also about your mental, reading books, organizations, and things like that. I hope you guys subscribe. Please comment and let me know what you think. Bye.